If you frequented the Fortnite competitive landscape around early 2021, then you probably remember EmadGG. During this time, he was one of Fortnite competitive's biggest streamers, frequently hosting viewing parties for some of Fortnite's biggest tournaments. He was adored by the community for his lighthearted, joking attitude and cheerful streams. However, as time progressed past 2021, his viewership would begin to take a nosedive, and not long after, he would call it quits for social media. So what happened for one of Fortnite competitive's most successful personalities to decide to just up and leave in such a short span of time? This video will seek to answer those questions and bring to light some never before seen sightings of his current whereabouts, detailing the rise, fall, and resolution of Emad in his career. This is the story of EmadGG. Ahmed Nassif, who we know as EmadGG, was born on June 8, 2000 around Gainesville, Florida. While he was born in America, his family were immigrants, and Emad thoroughly identified himself with his heritage and Muslim culture, but more on that later. Emad had a pretty standard childhood growing up, with regular highs and lows that came with being a kid in school. Throughout his time in school, Emad played sports, mostly soccer, or football. Please don't eviscerate me in the comments. However, his true passion was gaming. Emad started gaming at just 4 years old, and immediately he was hooked. It was unknown what games he played, but based off his transition to Fortnite, it was likely he got to start with other shooters such as Counter-Strike and Call of Duty. For the next 13 years, Emad would just live life, playing sports and games. However, like with many Fortnite personalities, the year of 2017 would change everything. In September of that year, Epic Games released the Battle Royale offshoot of their premier title, Fortnite, and Emad was among the first to play it, starting the game all the way back in Season 0. Like most people back in 2017, Emad played the game casually just to have fun and unwind. But on February 14, 2018, Emad would decide to stream the game, and it seemed like he enjoyed streaming as he would continue to stream the game here and there. However, Emad wanted something more from his gameplay experience. Casual lobbies weren't cutting it anymore. So in early 2018, around the start of Season 3, Emad would join some of Fortnite's early scrim discords, and it was in these discords where he would begin to make a name for himself in the competitive Fortnite community. It was here where Emad would become acquainted with some of Fortnite's earliest pros, such as Myth, Zate, and Blue T. Emad would stream solo snipe scrims daily, often for 10 plus hours a day, and this is where he would see his first bout of relevancy. On May 30th, 2018, Emad killed Myth while playing solo snipes. At the time, Myth was the largest streamer playing in these solo snipe tournaments, so this brought some attention to his streams. Myth would even invite Emad to his Discord call after the game ended to have a little chat, which introduced Emad and his likable personality to a much wider audience. Emad would seemingly receive another jump in August when he killed King Richard in a game of solos. King Richard was one of the top streamers of the game at the time. Despite not experiencing any tangible growth from this though, it no doubt helped to spread his name. However, Emad had yet to find his big break. He would attempt to get the attention of TSM after they publicly stated that they benched Camille's and were now looking for a new teammate for Daquan. Emad would put his Fortnite resume down, get a few vouchers, but ultimately this led to nothing. And this is where things would begin to get difficult for Emad. At this time, he was 18 years old and done with high school, and his parents were pushing for him to pursue college. Emad was stuck. He knew he had what it took to become a top streamer in the world of Fortnite, but if he went to college, that opportunity would go out the window. Emad needed something, a lucky break, and get a lucky break, Emad did. But quickly, if you're enjoying the video so far, then you can help me get my lucky break by dropping a like and subscribing if you so wish. In September of 2018, Epic Games hosted a LAN tournament with open qualifiers at PAX West in Seattle. The tournament was part of their summer skirmish event and had a $1.5 million prize pool. It was at this moment Emad would make a leap of faith. Emad was broke, but asked his dad to pay for his $500 plane ticket from Florida to Washington. His dad accepted, and little did his dad know it would be the best $500 he ever spent. Now, unlike many other pros, it wasn't a pop-off performance that put Emad in the spotlight, but rather a single iconic moment. In the qualifiers of the tournament, Emad would get into a build fight with FaZe Tempo. The fight was intense, with Emad visibly shaking at points, but in the end, he would close out the fight pretty convincingly. But it was what he did after that made it iconic.
40 and the shotgun and gets 10.
Attack shotgun right there,
and
the chug, the
GG emote.
Emad would throw up a GG emo after the kill, which made Courage and Dr. Lupo hyped, and it was from this point onward that Emad would begin to make a name for himself and pursue gaming full time. Emad would continue to balance streaming and being a pro player from this point on. However, he didn't get too many good placements, with a 3rd place in the Full Skirmish Week 5 being his best ever placement in an official tournament. And when a toxic outlash against another player gained some traction in the community, Emad would be dropped from his org E11. To Emad, this was likely the sign to hang up professional play and focus on his stream. Luckily, on December 31st, 2018, Emad would get the break he needed to jumpstart his streaming career when Tfue would host him. This stream would peak at almost 20,000 viewers. In response, Emad would get up and jump into his pool, which many found pretty funny. This stunt helped Emad retain a portion of the audience that came from the host, and from this point onward, he would average around 100 viewers. And for the next few months, things would mostly stay the same. Emad would stream every day, usually arena mode with other pros such as Tfue, 72 Hours, and Zate. Emad would even get signed to TSM and make content with Daquan and Hamlins. Despite only averaging about 100 viewers though, his name would quickly spread due to lots of hilarious clips of him going viral.
Look at me. I literally played H1.
Why did you?
But around November of that year, Emad would try a new type of stream, and this would send his career to the moon. At this time, Emad would begin hosting viewing parties for tournaments. Viewing parties were a tried and true format for streamers of many other games, yet Fortnite didn't really have any one streamer that solely did viewing parties. Emad noticed this gap in Fortnite content and decided he would be the right fit to fill it. Even better for Emad, Epic Games stopped hosting the official broadcast for FNCS at this time. This meant that anyone who wanted to watch FNCS was funneled into the streams of those doing viewing parties, with Emad being the premier streamer. Not only was Emad very upbeat and entertaining, but he had plenty of connections with top pros in the Fortnite scene due to him being previously a professional player himself. This combination of factors would create the perfect scenario for Emad to blow up. Not long after starting viewing parties, he would consistently average 1 to 3,000 viewers, and during the big tournament days such as FNCS Grand Finals, he would easily average 10 to 20,000 viewers. Emad had found his niche within the community and was at an all-time high. For the first time, Emad wasn't struggling financially and could even help out his family with their finances as well. If you wanted to watch any Fortnite tournament, odds are Emad was streaming a viewing party for it, and for the next year or so, things remained the same. Emad streamed viewing parties every day, all while fostering a positive environment. However, the latter half of 2020 would begin to spell the fall of Emad streaming numbers. In late 2020, another streamer who also did viewing parties began a meteoric rise to fame, Aussie Antics. Aussie, just like Emad, was a positive guy who was very well connected with other Fortnite pros due to his career on the official broadcast. Aussie would see similar numbers, but in June of 2021, Aussie would be quote-unquote fired from the official broadcast due to some comments he made on stream. The community rallied behind Aussie and his streaming numbers would skyrocket. Now, this wouldn't be a problem for Emad had he kept streaming. However, Emad would begin to stream a lot less during this time. At his peak, he was streaming an average of 300 hours per month. At this time though, he was only streaming about 150 hours per month. This drop in streaming hours would cause him to bleed viewers, with most of those viewers going to other popular viewing party streamers such as Stable Ronaldo and Aussie Antics. At this point, he was only averaging around 300 to 500 viewers, with his viewing parties not even breaking 3,000 at most times. Still very good numbers, but a far cry from what they once were. And it was at this point where viewers could tell something wasn't right. Viewing parties became a much less frequent occurrence, with streams mostly being arena gameplay now. And because many of the pros Emad was friends with quit the game, he usually played solo arena, which I'm sure all of you know how depressing solo ranked is to play. Emad would begin to listen to many depressive songs on repeat as background music. Clearly something wasn't right and Emad knew it too, and in August of 2022, he would quit streaming, despite his viewer numbers still being somewhat good. But to Emad, this wasn't enough. Emad wanted fulfillment, and quitting streaming would be his way of achieving it. In his departing statement, Emad would recount his career and all the good memories he had. Despite this, he felt lost, so to fix this, Emad decided to go back to his roots and delve deep into his religion. Along with this, Emad would start going to college for business in order to build back his social life. After posting this announcement, he deleted all social media apps off of his phone and just stepped away to live his life. While it seemed foolish to ditch streaming, it seemed to finally be what would make Emad happy. In February of 2023, Emad returned to streaming and picked up right where he left off. There was no tangible drop in viewers. People still loved Emad and wanted to watch his streams, and in November of 2023, with the release of OG Fortnite, Emad's streams would see record numbers that hadn't been seen in over 2 years. But as expected, he would leave again as streaming was no longer his full-time job. Emad had a life to live with school and other externalities, so around January 2024, the streams would cease to be. Since then, Emad has been silent on all of his socials. However, some never-before-seen sightings of Emad would be seen in March of 2024, in the least likely place possible. A YouTube channel named Blatant Reviews, known for their humorous reviews of food products, would post a video asking strangers at the University of Central Florida to rate a chocolate bar they claimed was the best low-calorie chocolate. And 35 seconds into the video, none other than EmadGG himself makes an appearance trying the chocolate. This appearance in the video pretty much confirms that Emad is still enjoying life and working hard in school. EmadGG will go down as one of Fortnite competitive's greatest streamers. He brought so much positivity and good laughs to a scene that was plagued by toxicity, and while many today have forgotten him, there is no denying that he has made a huge impact on the scene. I wish Emad nothing but the best going forward. And to Emad, if you're watching by any chance, I'm the one and only fake Parzik. Tell Zypha I said hi. Thanks for watching.
Alright.
Just don't even join game chat. Just don't even join game chat.
Our boy Parzik, he's on every day. Let's go.
If you enjoyed this video and would like to see similar content, then like, subscribe, follow my socials, and check out the video on your screen now.